want to make this entire robotics trustable and affordable. Adoption and acceptance to these technologies are different in different geos. We have already invested about 1.5 mil from ourselves, and we have built the company. Our entire aspiration is that how we can transform the front office experience. They are much more comfortable in a subscription model. We are talking about nearly £500 per month per unit. If you make it work in India, more or less you can bring it to the rest of the world from a complexity point of view. There is a lot of over-promise which has happened and under-delivered category, which is significantly impacting the trust in robotics.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yummy Robots podcast, the place where we explore how you can benefit from the use of robotics, AI, and automation in the food and beverage industry. My name is Eugene Kovalenko. I am an expert in coffee robots business, and today we're gonna deep dive into the hospitality robotics industry of the United Kingdom with the CEO and founder of Alphadroid, Mr. Sanjeev Kumar. Hi, Sanjeev.
Hi, Eugene. Good morning. Thank you so much for inviting me today here.
That's my pleasure. Thanks for connecting.
Great, great. And Eugene, before we start, I must appreciate and admire the way how you are driving awareness in the society about robotics. So great work.
Thank you so much, Sanjeev. I do believe that joint efforts that we all take to make the food and beverage robotics develop brings value to everybody who's in the industry.
Sure. Thank
So,
you.
Sanjeev, for me to understand, you entered the food robotics domain about a few years ago and started as an Indian company, which now operates from the United Kingdom and which has got office presence and operations in the UK. Is it correct?
It is correct, Eugene, but also it's a partial story about me and about Alphadroid. So if you don't mind, I would love to share a little bit more.
Would love to.
Myself, I was in corporates for about 20 years, working for some of the giant in liquor industry in FMCG. Last, I was with one of the car company in Tokyo, building the autonomous cars. After that, in last 5 years, when I started my entrepreneurship journey, I was truly inspired that how we can improve the quality of life and how we can give more options not only for our customers and consumers but also to the normal people who are in the service world. And that is how this whole incubation of Alpha Droid started. A lot of people say that we are an Indian company, we are operate from UK, but I think the reality is that we started in UK as a headquarter, and we were not sure how are we going to venture in this area, how we will move forward, and our approach was slightly different, where we were first we have spent a lot of time in terms of finding the problem, making sure that the product really solves the problem. And when we started doing it, our choice was to keep India as a hub for manufacturing these robots, doing R&D for these robots. And initially, we thought that UK is going to be our core market and India is going to be more of a research and development place. And that is how we started almost like 2.5 years back. But to my surprise, what happened? While we were trying to do research and development, we were trying to get the product right, there were a lot of interest started popping up from India as a country. And that was very different to my study. Um, I always thought that India has, always with good number of people. There is no labor shortage. There is no problem in terms of having any type of skills. But actually, the requirement and the acceptance was very different. And I was very curious to learn why that is happening. But the first spot was that we thought it's a good idea that whatever we are building, let's validate that in India land. And India, if you know, is a very, very, challenging market, so-called, in terms of acceptance. There is hunger to try
Yeah.
something new, but also the complexity is very high. So if you make it work in India, more or less you can bring it to the rest of the world from a complexity point of view. So we started testing, validating our product in India, and last year we brought in UK, and that is the overall story of and the journey how we have been moving in last 2.5 years. Fusion.
Okay, got it. So we are talking about the international company headquartered in the UK, working globally with the R&D and manufacturing facilities whatsoever being settled in India, which makes sense, of course.
Yes, yes, and also India is a big market, business market as well for
Absolutely.
us.
Absolutely, I agree with you. So, Sanjeev, your operational model, you're a manufacturer or a distributor of robotics?
So I think the way how we classify ourselves is that uh, we are the product owner who brings the autonomous robotics with the right combination of AI element to it. But also on the other side, we are the manufacturers. Our 70 to 80 percentage of manufacturing happens only for Alphadroid, but rest other also we are trying to do it for other brands who are in robotics world.
Okay, got it. Let's talk a bit about the tech part of your business. You've got a technical background. I mean, your university education, plus you've got your master's in UK. What made you think and believe that you and your team would be able to develop robotic solutions?
So I think it's a combination of two or three element, Eugene. One is certainly I bring vast experience from technology and core technology world. Also, for some of these large corporates, I have worked in Dubai, I have worked in Russia, I have worked in Poland, I have worked in US, I have worked for a good number of years in Tokyo, and well settled in UK. I understand the entire global model, the business model very well, and I have seen this very closely. So I really wanted to build the product which is tech oriented, but not a tech heavy product. The product which can actually solve the problem. And my intent was, how can I make human life better every day? That's where the whole idea started. And I always call about 3Ds, dry, dirty, dangerous jobs to make quality of life better. Uh, that allowed us to really move in that autonomous world with the right combination of AI on top of it. And the third element was that still there are a lot of areas where people are doing the job which probably they are not supposed to do it. And even within some of the Western countries like UK, even in some of the countries in Europe, we are struggling to have right set of people, skilled people, and even wherever we have people, they are not able to do the job which they should actually be doing, and they are spending a lot of time doing something which is very tactical, transactional, and dry jobs. Our intent was to bring the element of all of these things together, build the right product, experiment it first, and then solve these problems. So this is what we are trying to do, Eugene.
Okay. And what is your product range? What it consists of?
So we are into core robotics, but here is the difference which we have. Uh, Unless like many of the robotics company, we are also a robotics company. We sell robots, but we do not sell robots. Our entire aspiration is that how we can transform the front office experience when it is hotels or restaurant. How do we make the overall business process more connected? solve some of the either the disconnected part of the process or some of the process element where there is opportunity of bringing efficiency, opportunity of driving better value for the customer and consumers. We connect that together and deliver that overall value in the front office. And let me give you an example. Um, Unlike robotics company, what we have control is we have full control on the hardware. uh, we have full control on the software. And the third element which we have, which is our unique solution which we have, is a conversational avatar which sits on top of it. And what it does, it allows the engagement interaction with the consumer and make this entire process, entire experience, customer journey very pleasing, very engaging, and with lot of good experience. And that changes the game. That changes the game from consumer and a customer point of view. But also, if you see from a business, if it is a hotel or restaurant, they spend a lot of time in terms of bringing that wow and a better experience for the customer. That load gets reduced. Second, lot of effort they do in terms of tracking, chasing, recording, that all gets cut down because we bring the blend of customer services through our AI services and the customer delivery through our robotic solution. So it works hand in hand to deliver the front office business transformation, Eugene. I hope you understand.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So, having the AI software solution, which is involved in communication and which is linked to hardware products that you offer, can you share a bit more details on the hardware solutions that you offer for the front office in hospitality?
So the hardware solution, what we have is called as autonomous mobile robot, and these are smart robots which has capability to move the goods from one place to another. Uh, up to a payload of about 150 kgs. And what the way how we have designed this hardware is in a Lego block concept. So the core module which we have built is AMR, which is the base, and that is standard. And that comes in three different size: small, medium, and large, based on the type of application we are building. And the second stage goes the application. When we use it for food delivery from kitchen to table, we add trays. When we use it for luggage delivery, we make a cage so that it can carry the luggage. When we make it a room delivery, we add a shutter to it. Intent is that how quickly we can change the application and make it relevant for that use case. And the third element is the interaction element. And that interaction element is a touch screen which allows customer and consumers to converse, which allows customers and consumers to do any interaction, so called, with a robot, and manage the entire robot as well. So that's the build how our product looks like.
Okay, so basically, we're talking about the autonomous mobile delivery robotics.
That's right.
Okay. So you say that you've been in the business for 5 years and the robotics journey for a few years. So how much time did it actually take you to develop those robotic solutions? And are those proprietary technologies, or we're talking about white labeled solutions?
So I think you rightly said that overall in my entrepreneurship journey, it is just 5 years. And for robotics, about legally about 2.5, 3 years. But prior to that,
Yeah.
we were doing a little bit of research. The initial part of my journey was more in terms of software building, and we got you know good experience and command in terms of building software, not only for ourselves, but also for our customers. That allowed us to take a leapfrog. When we started our robotics journey, we were not actually manufacturing hardware. We were depending on our partners to build the hardware for us. And we were focusing more in terms of applicability, interoperability, which means how do we make application relevant to solve the problem? How do we make robot and application to connect with the peripherals, whether it is lift, whether it is IoT devices, or any other system in the hotels and restaurant. The second stage, after a year, we went a little bit down and we started building our own primary layer of robotics application, the software. element. And the third stage, last year we built our own hardware, and now we have complete hardware to software stack, which is completely our own IP, and it is part of our patent catalog.
Okay, so if I get it right, so let me just share how I get it. You started as a software developer, primarily involved in distributorship slash integration services, with the further upgrades in terms of software and proceeding to the hardware manufacturing assembly whatsoever.
That's right.
Correct.
That's right, Eugene. Absolutely, that's
Okay,
right.
good, got it. How big is your team?
Uh, if I do the split between international team, which is spread in UK, US, and partial shade in Middle East. The team is about 8 to 10 people, and the second part is a large portion of our team sits in India, which is our manufacturing hub R&D. There we have about 100 people team sitting there,
100 people.
approx.
Okay, got it. So it takes quite some financing to support the development of such a team. Who is the main investor in your company, and what are the funds you've raised or you that were put in the company up to this
So,
moment?
Yujan, actually, we are still bootstrapped, and we are a strong believer that first we need to build a product which can solve the problem, which can fit the business model, and it is in a revenue generating state. I think we have made a right tick in all the three boxes. The time for us has come when we want to get into fundraising. Till date, I think we have already invested about 1.5 mil from ourselves, and we have built the company. The next journey will be to raise the fund, and the raising of the fund will be to support our working capital and the growth. Positively, we have a good problem, and the problem is to fulfill the demand and the orders. We will do the fundraising exercise to meet those requirements.
And what are the funds you're looking for?
Approximately in FY26, and when I say FY26, from April to March cycle, we are looking for about $9 to $10 million.
9 to 10 million. And the money is to go into what? Market expansion, manufacturing?
It will be primarily spread across manufacturing and R&D.
Manufacturing and R&D. Got it. And who's your current technological partner in developing the robotics?
Uh, Largely, we do it ourselves. The way how we have structured is we are incubated in some of the prestigious colleges where we take help of academics. Help of any of the deep research element, we work with them. The second one is most of the engineers in our company are coming from either very good college or from the robotics experienced company. And the third one is that we are also partnered with some of the companies who are either in hospitality distribution world deeply there or in some other sector, and with help of them we are doing right level of business research, right level of tech research, and third in terms of getting the right level of component at a right pricing.
Being a young manufacturer with the quite modest, which is a compliment from my side to you, investment, but still reaching the success in its development, how do you compete with the other manufacturers? How do you stand out from Pudu, from Orion Star, Gosin, and so on and so on and so on?
Hats off to them. I think they are doing amazing work. I'm really inspired the way how Pudu, Kinon, Orient, Autoxing, all of them are doing brilliant work. And I don't think my competition is in any ways with them. They are doing great, and I'll see wherever we can complement and partner with them, we will partner and work together. There are elements which they are good. There are many elements where they will have to evolve and fix. But I think let me talk about myself. Who do we compare with? We compare with ourselves, where we started our journey with either just a interoperability players bringing robots. Now our game is to make sure that we connect the end-to-end front office business process. And no one is doing that element. We do not sell robot, we sell the overall solution to our customers. And that makes us different. For example, we are working with a lot of budget hotels. And with budget hotels, when we talk to them, our conversation is not about take a robot from us. Our conversation is that today your room delivery takes 14 minutes, and I am going to bring it to just 4 minutes time frames, 5 minute time frame. There is the value which we deliver when we say that your waiting time on an average for a guest to check in is about 9 minutes, and I'm going to make it for 2 minutes. Give you a new option for your consumers and customer. That makes us to a different level. So no mean we are in there to compete with any of the existing players who are doing brilliant in their area.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, I see you as AMR hospitality or robotics hospitality advanced integrators who do more than just delivery and launch. Okay, Sanjeev, what is the business model that you work with?
I think, Eugene, my overall all messaging is that I want to make this entire robotics trustable and affordable. And to do so, my business model is evolving. And it is evolving based on the market, and it is also evolving based on the type of customer. But broadly, if you see, we are in outright enterprise selling as well to some of the large corporates where their demand is like 300 robots integrated fully in my ecosystem, integrate with my solution, and they have a big ecosystem to manage and run those robots. We do that. But majority of my customers, they're early bird. And still for them, robot is more like a fairy tale where they want to get it, try it, just get 10 kit, make their business process working. They are much more comfortable in a subscription model where they sign with me for 12 months, 24 months, 36 months. And what we do is we take that 12 month as an opportunity to showcase that what value it is bringing on the table and make it right packet so that they are not impacted with their in the pocket size, and it is also affordable. So the subscription and an outright for the large enterprises makes broadly the business model what we have.
Okay, makes sense. Can we go a bit into the sums, into financing?
Please.
So, how much does it cost renting a robot, subscribe to it? How much does it cost to buy it out, the robot or the whole solution?
Sure. I think as you heard me, we have different variant and different design of the robot for different use cases. But broadly, if you see, we are talking about nearly 500 pound per month per unit, costing with software, hardware, everything without worrying about AMC. And if we talk at a blended of about one time sale, somewhere in the range of 8 to 9,000 pound per unit, and that again includes everything, right? That removes the worry of maintenance and stuff from customer's mind.
So, take into account that the minimum wages in the UK should be around 15 USD, which is roughly between 11 to 12 pounds per hour, I
Yeah.
guess. 500 pounds per month is at least 4 times cheaper as been compared to single staff.
It is cheaper, but also the way I somehow discourage industry to do is a direct calculation between human wage and these smart machines. It's a big time elevation, and it's not a right comparison because humans are able to do multiple things, to be honest, not,
Right.
not just one. And second is that these smart machines are going to fire the ability of human. So it will make them to do much, much more than what they are doing right now. So this is a new category which is first going to eliminate the current problem, connect the business process, and deliver big time in top line and a bottom line. That's how I see the comparison rather than human. If your hotel revenue increases by 15 percentage and you are able to save almost 20 percentage more, is the right pie you should compare with the cost you are spending on the robot.
Okay, all right. And based on my experience, the adoption of technology in Western countries and in Asia, which inspired you, is very much different. If we talk about Japan, for example, one chain, Skylark, has
Yeah.
got a fleet of 3,000 delivery robots, while for some hotels, launching one robot is a big success. How do you see the UK F&B hospitality robotics market nowadays?
I fully agree with you, Eugene, that adoption and acceptance to these technologies are different in different geos. And interestingly, I'm seeing that pattern. US behavior towards these tech is very different than Middle East and Asia. Um, and even within Europe, UK behavior and response is very different to Spain or Italy or Germany. If I see, um, let's talk primarily about UK. I think there are a couple of things. One, the good part which has happened is uh, there was lack of awareness, and now with good work being done by Pudu, Kinon, Alphadroid, and many other companies, we are driving awareness, and that's the first step. So there is a good level of awareness now in the country, and when in past there was no readiness to even talk about this topic, has now evolved, which means that people are ready to talk about it, they want to hear about it, and they want to experiment is the second stage, and which I'm seeing like 0.025 percentage of the industry is getting into that state of experiment. The second element is this good enough? Is this at a pace which me or any other players in this industry is expecting? No. Probably the acceptance and adoption needs to be higher. It is going through a curve, but the curve is very, very slow, I would say. But also it gives me a question: is this the right product which is solving the problem? Maybe, may not be. And that is the reason my eyes and ears are very much open, and I'm working with a lot of reputed hospitality customers to learn more, that while this is my product, it has proven in the other part of the world, but is it really solving it, or you are looking for something else which is going to solve the problem? So right now, even with this product, we are understanding more about the problem. We are just taking this approach, Eugene.
Yeah, you focused primarily on hospitality, or you look into other industries as well?
As part of AlphaDroid's big vision and very clear focus, we are into front office. And when I say front office, it is hospitality, hotels, restaurants, event management, some of the corporate offices. Even in healthcare, we are there in the front office of hospitals. We are in the front office of some of the clinics, and in the retail as well. So right now, these are the three industry verticals we are focusing, and it is allowing us to cross collaborate, learn from each of the industry's problem, and enhance and improve our product line.
Okay, and how many solutions or robots can AlphaDroid boast nowadays being deployed globally?
So, Eugene, I think I'll answer this in two part. One part is that the way how we have designed the hardware is that we have kept our base standard in small, medium, large segment based on the purpose. The second category is the application. We have kept the application very flexible, which means it's ready to be designed and implemented for any of the industry. Right? So that allows us to really make these robots deployed in any industry vertical. Uh, but hardware can only do it to a certain degree. There is not a lot you are going to do in hardware. So you need not to modify too much of your hardware. The big play comes from your software element. And that is a place where we are taking very good move, where we have few products specially designed for hospitals. We have very clear two line of products defined for retail, and we have very clear three line of product defined for hotels, restaurants, and hospitality category.
Okay, and Where do you see the largest interest and adoption coming from right now?
So it's going to change, and my answer will be based on what I'm seeing, the maturity what we have, and the in the age where AlphaDroid is. Uh, right now, largely I see our big size of buyers are coming from hospital and retail segment. Uh, the second category which is evolving, which has huge potential, is from hotel category, and especially from a budget hotel category. But still, we are at a very early stage where we are trying to prove that value. We are trying to prove those metrics. But there is a LOI, there is a MOU, there is a strong commitment from these hotels. And when we accelerate, the volume is going to surpass any of these industry current which we have.
And where do you see the key bottleneck in adopting the technology?
I think the key bottleneck is, as I said, the mindset is to compare with the number of people, their wages, and the cost they are spending. And we are able to shift that mindset to show how much top line it is adding for you and how much bottom line you are making as an additional, profit for you. And this whole reflection is taking time. And it's very, very important for us to change the mindset and make this industry understand. See, because especially the hotels and restaurants run on a very thin line of margin, and for them any spending they immediately compare what they're cutting off, or what it is replacing, with a lower cost. And I'm changing that mindset, that just don't see that line, look at the other elements which are a big contributor.
Um, During the first part of our talk, you mentioned that the investment you're looking for right now will be poured into the R&D and D and manufacturing. Talking about the R&D, your plans are to upgrade the existing solutions, or you want to manufacture something new?
It is going to be spread across both. One is, certainly we want to upgrade our existing product line, and that will eat up about 30 percentage of the overall investment. But rest all 40 percentage will go in terms of new product design, for which our customers have already signed, or ready to sign with us, because they have the problem statement, and we will build the product line for them. And the last remaining portion will go in terms of our software research, and a AI component, which is the area we are working very hard to improve that line.
Okay. So, Sanjeev, what can you say to those entrepreneurs who are just considering entering the robotics niche?
So I think my first appreciation to all of them who are thinking to do robotics. But couple of things, it's important that we bring. First, this is a category where there is a lot of overpromise which has happened, and under-delivered category, which is significantly impacting the trust in robotics. And a lot of customers, they are walking away because either we are losing the trust from technology, or we are losing the trust with the after sale support. So it's very, very important that do less but do right, and make sure that your customer is absolutely receiving what we are promising. The second category is that before we start spending huge on everything, take advantage of your partners, take advantage of the players who are already doing it. There is need for interoperability, there is need for complementing each other in this category if we want to change the world for better.
Okay, okay, makes sense. So, Sanjeev, I want to thank you for agreeing to join this discussion. It was very interesting to hear from you on your story and your vision of the development of the tech in the UK market. I do wish you success in your journey, and hope to see Alphadroid solutions stretched out across multiple industries in UK and overseas.
Perfect. Eugene, I truly enjoy talking to you, and I love some of these open conversation. which is not framed very open, nice discussion. I would love to be part of any of the future discussion. Once again, thank you so much for inviting. It's pleasure for me and entire Alphadroid to be talking to you today.
Thanks for watching this video. Should you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them under this video. Stay in touch.
Thank you.